All right, so we're always talking about fighting and fighting for our family, fighting for faith, fighting for ourselves, standing the line and standing strong. And I love this part from Nehemiah 4:13-14. Let me read it to you real quick. So in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall, in open places, I stationed the people by their clans with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and arose and said to the nobles and to the officials and to the rest of the people, do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes. This is what Nehemiah did when they were building the wall to protect the city. There were spaces in the wall where there was gaps and low places, and basically they were vulnerable. And the people were fearful. They were saying, well, the invaders are just going to come over those low places, and they're gonna conquer us. We got no hope. But what Nehemiah did was he took the men and he put them in those gaps, in the low places. And then he took their wives and their daughters and their sons and their families, and they stacked them up behind them. Now, if you don't think that's motivation to fight, listen, then you don't have a heartbeat, right? Think about our tough trials. Think about our tough times. You know, when it's just us out there, and sometimes we slip, sometimes we fall. Most of the time we get back up. But imagine every time we were tempted to click that pornography site, or to take that drink of alcohol, or to ingest that drug, or to respond to that text message to that person that we know we shouldn't be responding to. And if our family were lined right up behind us every time, how much different would those circumstances be? How much more willing would we be to stand the line, stand the gap, protect those low spaces in the wall in our lives for our family? It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Nehemiah was masterful. And some think it's just an obscure little book in the Old Testament. Take the time to read it. It's not crazy long, and there's so many lessons in there. And to me, this is one of the most important lessons there are, where when we're trying to build the wall, we're trying to strengthen our structure. You know, once the temple had been restored, as the temple's restored in our life by the Holy Spirit, we still need walls. We still need protection. And those walls come from the people we surround ourselves with. Those walls are the people in our families. Those walls are prayers and the God. So start constructing your wall to protect your temple, to protect yourself. And don't discount the value of your family. Don't discount the value of your friends, true Christian friends, people who love you, people who care about you. And if you have friends or associates that are not 100% invested in your success, I'm talking about success in a Christian walk, then you got to cut those toxic relationships. You've got to start constructing the wall. And part of that construction process is protecting yourself, protecting your family, and just, again, think about the mastery of Nehemiah's rationale. When these people are so fearful, the leaders are against him, the enemies are against him, everybody's against him, and reconstructing the wall to secure the city. And even the people who live there, it's their wall, their city, their protection, and they're fearful. And so what does he do? He takes them in and he sets them in the low places, but not alone. Then he takes their family and he puts them behind. Listen, every one of us will fight like a dog if that's what it takes to protect our families. If that's what it takes, every day, walk, figuratively, literally, with your family lined up behind you. Before you make that step, before you engage in sin, before you backslide, before you return that text or click that porn site, or before you take that drink, or cheat on your taxes or on the job. It's not just you. It's you and everybody that depends on you. It's everybody that's come before you and your family, and it's the legacy of everybody that's coming ahead of you, after you. Build that wall. Protect your temple. Listen, we are praying for you. We love you, and God bless you.